07 Commanders. My name's Commander Will Fearion, leader of the Vortex Squadron. Back again. It has been a day of days, Commander. And we're going to talk about something that happened the other day. I think it was on Thursday. And we're going to talk a little bit about the background simulator today. We're going to get into that right now. Alrighty then, we're back in black. Hope everything's working. Let's see. I tested everything beforehand, but sometimes things go a little wonky after the fact. So I am starting a little bit early today, guys. Apologize for that, but I have been working a second job for a little while, just trying to keep ends meeting. So I need to work a little bit early today. Do the stream a little bit early today so I can get back to that, so I can make sure I got enough kitty food to last for the rest of the week. Okay, so anyway, so a thing happened. I don't know if any of you guys know what the background simulator is. Most people refer to it as the BGS. Okay, now we used to be big time into the BGS long ago, and then of course we stopped doing it for a number of years. And then the Thargoid War happened, so we were kind of like, meh, I'm going to do the Thargoid War. I can't do both, BGS and the Thargoid War. And we're a smaller group, so, we have to kind of pick and choose our battles. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the basics of it, okay? I'm not going to go super deep into the BGS. There's nothing that, not all groups are into this. This is probably one of the rarest forms of playing Elite Dangerous, because you literally can control the influence of systems in the game. I don't know if you've noticed that, but sometimes maybe hello Miss Snugs 07 to you. Maybe you've noticed that no, I didn't make the other salute yet. You're just gonna have to hold off on that. I worked on your stuff all morning, so I'm good. So we've got, if you haven't seen it before or know about it, but sometimes you might be doing a community goal, right? So sometimes when the community goals happen, and then all of a sudden, like, the system goes into lockdown or something like that. That's due to what's called the background simulator. And the background simulator is basically, it's kind of the glue for the universe. So everything that happens in the universe is based off of, factions and minor factions, and it's also kind of sort of linked to power play, but not really. So if you're in a squadron, the squadron is allowed to follow or support a minor faction or another faction. So no matter what that faction is in game, whether it's SiriusCorp Corporation or whatever, I keep wanting to say NCOM because Tron just came out the other day. But you know what I mean. The different minor factions, and you can see some of them. I can show you a couple of them right here that are in this system, right? And I'll show you right now. The minor factions that are active in this system are there. So you got Vortex Continuum, you got the 13th Legion, you got LTT 7126 Purple Mob, and Fiery Unlimited or Limited. So now, and PI Pavilion Citizens Party. So all these different factions exist in this system that I'm at now. Right now, the Vortex Continuum's at the top, right? So that means that they're in charge, I guess you could call it. They're in charge of what's going on in this system right now. As far as the government is anarchy in the system. Now, that government could be different on individual planets and stations, but in this system, overall, it's anarchy, which means there's basically no rules. You can kill anybody you want without consequence, stuff like that. It shows you your reputation with that minor faction or system faction, I guess they call it. Happiness, influence, and stuff like that. And the current state of the system, which ours is not in any state, which it usually isn't. Not this one. So that is where you figure out, like, so for example, 13th Legion is another group. This is an actual, you can find out these things from Inara. I might be able to figure that out later, but on Inara it actually shows you whether or not a faction is a player faction or not, and it'll show you like what their deal is. So they're getting ready to do some expansion somewhere, and then they're getting ready to they're neutral, they're happy, their government's feudal, and they also support the Empire, where Vortex Continuum is an independent. This one is actually a member of the Empire. So that really the only thing is the rules are stricter for Empire, and sometimes you're able to get like those Empire capital ships to show up for wars for you and stuff, which is kind of neat. I'm gonna go ahead and set this thing on the deck here before I do something, before I accidentally push a button or something. So the BGS last Thursday, something happened. They put in a hot fix or something. Basically, I look at it as like they cleaned out the fur balls in the shower drain, and then all of a sudden there's been wars just breaking out all over the place, right? So I have a Streambot bot running. That's Stream Elements. Okay, I'll have to figure out how to turn that off. Anyway, so so once they did that, a whole bunch of wars and retreats and all kinds of stuff that we can see, pending wars, all this stuff just all started happening all at once, like across the bubble or wherever, colonized space, anywhere where there are the system factions, everything's like let loose and everybody starts. So we've got some wars going on, stuff like that. There's a bunch of other people, there's much bigger squadrons out there that have much more systems than we would have, and or a part of or a member of. And I can show you kind of some of that as well. You can see in your squadron, and these things are loosely bind together, but they're not really connected, but they are connected because of the background simulator, which is the, like I said, the glue of the galaxy. 07 you nugs. So now you've got, so if you go into your squadron, right, if you're in a squadron, you can probably see this as well. But you can see in here where it says faction, it'll tell you about the faction. So it tells you that the Vortex Continuum, which is the independent faction we're aligned with, is has something to do with 154 systems. 7 of them we are in control of, right? So these are mostly just systems that we built ourselves. So in our minds, I mean, we don't necessarily want to control every single system we are a member, because some of them we just don't care about. There's a lot there where it's a bridge to another place or something like that. We don't necessarily care who runs that. And as an architect, you don't necessarily care about who runs the system, because the architect still gets paid no matter who runs it. But if you're going to do the background simulator, or if you want to control the status of a system, then you can do that through the BGS. And when you do things like when you take missions and stuff like that, all those missions will usually apply to a specific minor faction. I call it a system faction. I'll get the names right eventually. System faction. And when you do those things for those factions, you're not only gaining reputation with that faction, but that faction is also gaining reputation in the system. So each system has a certain reputation, right? So then if you go to another system where you're at, you may or may not have the same influence. Now, what Anarchy does basically is just make it a lawless land where there's no rules, there's nothing heavy going on. You can but you can't have certain things. There's certain things you won't have. You don't have really good security usually. You don't have, nobody's going to come rescue you if you get attacked. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, if you're an EVE Online player, it'd be like low sec kind of. But now if that influence changes, say to an empire or corporation or something else, even as an independent, you can still have rules. And if you apply the rules, then you can, a certain system will be able to get other things. Like this system, for example, could, you can get e-breaches. I don't know how many people like e-breaches, but if you want some e-breaches, they sell them here because they're illegal here. They are legal here, not illegal. So they you can buy stuff like that. There's certain things you can do as an anarchy, or not as an anarchy system. Yeah, it's an anarchy that you can't do as other systems. Now, other systems have different rules. I don't know all the rules for the different kinds because I'm an anarchy guy, so I don't really care what their rules are. But if you're in, like, say, a system that is, say, a dictatorship or a corporate, you may, if you attack someone in those systems, you may get the police may come, right? And those police can be pretty nasty. If you kill enough people, the police are really mean to you. So you got to watch out for that. I can't remember. I know Extreme, one of my guys, Extreme, he does a lot of this, and he says there's a group of security that's higher than everything else, and they're really nasty. Like they can pretty much one-shot you at certain points. So, but we don't usually have to deal with those guys here. But in the squad, you can see under under this menu here, you can see all the systems that we are part of. Now, some other things that you could see, for your own squadron, I'm not necessarily just meaning mine in particular, but if you see like these, these percentages of influence, the lower it is, the lower you are. So, down at the very bottom, you could find low, really low, and if it's like dangerously low, like under 3, like, yeah, so you see we got two systems that we are retreating from, and then we've got this one. We will retreat from that if we don't do anything with it. But there's a lot that we don't care about. Like I said, we only care about the systems that we built, and especially if they're built for the Vortex squadron, or the Vortex Continuum, then we would care about them. But so we don't do a lot of that, but you could do a lot of that. So I don't know why they let it be broken for so long, but FDev has decided to go ahead and release all that stuff somehow. Somehow they cleared the clog out. They took the old liquid plumber, poured it in there, and all of a sudden now we can fight. We can fight all day and all night if we want. But like I said, now you can jump into anybody's wars. You don't have to go to specifically one that you represent. You can go jump in anybody's war. So if you got like a friend that's like in a different group and he wants to go fight something and you want to go with him, go ahead. All right. Skeleton 07 to you. Yeah, I know. Kai, how you doing, bud? So it's been a long time that this has been broken. I'm kind of happy that it's unbroken, so to speak. And we're going to, we're definitely looking at it. We only ended up with, like, out of all of the systems we're in, we only ended up in 3 or 4 wars, and really there's only one we even care about. So, what happens is if you don't participate in a war, then the AI will do it for you. Now, when the AI fights the AI, most of the time it'll be a wash. It'll be a draw. But if somebody jumps in and starts helping a certain side, then it will, tip the scales. So you'll know right away. The wars usually last up to 7 days. So first 1 to 4 wins usually, so you can make it a 4-day war if you want. But the wars can be all over the galaxy, right? So they don't wait. It's like, oh, we got a war over here, we'll put this one on pause. You can't do any of that. You can't put them on pause or none of that. You basically would have to fight all the wars at the same time. So, but the BGS, as it was previously, works on a daily tick. So every day that tick would happen, and then you would find out what happened from the day before. It's not live. Like if you go in there and do a bunch of work, you're not going to really see you may not see the full breadth of that situation until the following week or the following day, and then you can decide what you want to do from there. But besides in-game looking at this stuff, you can also look at this stuff in Inara. Assuming everything's updated right, Inara will also track your wars for you. You can see here, I'm looking at the whole entire squadron. So we're looking at the Vortex Continuum. We've got things going on. We got there it is, 3 wars right there, right? So you can find out. And then right here, it tells you how those conflicts are going. So it'll tell you, like, this last one was a draw. This one was a close victory and a close defeat. Close victory and a close defeat, which is what happens a lot of times when AI fights. Sometimes the one on top gets a little bit of an extra boost, but it just depends. So yeah, so you can kind of go through Inara and actually literally see what's going on, and then it kind of tells you what your influence looks like all over the systems. Now, influence and all that doesn't do a lot as far as like, I don't even know if there's a leaderboard for that, but there might be a leaderboard for that. How many systems you're in control of and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure that exists, but I know Power Play is doing it a kind of a different way. Power Play is where you're actually influencing the system outside of the system. So it's like Power Play is like above. So if you're looking at BGS, it'll be here, and then Power Play is a kind of a layer above that, and that layer is kind of where normal players would most likely go, because it's just easier to wrap your head around, right? Doing the background simulator is ludicrously hard if you want to, really manipulate the galaxy. People always say, well, we're going to take over the whole galaxy. Well, good luck, man, because there's a lot of competition. Not only in the Power Play, there's 11 opponents, groups of opponents, but in the background simulator, there is thousands of opponents. So you got a lot to think about when you're getting into all this. But you can basically see all the star systems you remember, what your influence is. You can see on here, it shows there's a lot that are trending up or down. So you can see, these are places that you could work on. If you don't like the fact that these are trending down, you could go, any positive actions you do will affect the influence. And I can kind of show you some of that a little bit. Wait, maybe. Oh, I can't do missions here. Let's go to a station and we'll do a mission. We'll look at the missions from there. Let me grab. Oh, something that's not working right now is on the squad carriers. I guess, they put in the commodity system, but these 3 things do not work for people outside the squadron, I want to say. I'm not sure if that's true for squadron members, but if you let other people on your squadron carriers, these 3 things, they're doing the motions. Like, you can push the buttons, but it doesn't do the action. So that's something I hope they fix fairly quickly. So anyway, let's go over to a station real quick. We should have one right by me here, I think. Oh, we're in, okay. Let me just do it this way so I can find it. Oh, it's over here. There it is. Let's go over there. We're going to go over to the headquarters. And we can look at then we can kind of look at the missions a little bit, and I can kind of show you guys what's going on there. So give me just a sec. Uno momento, por favor. We're in the Mandalay. We'll be there in lickety split. Boom! Let's go. Let's go. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Oh, we're coming in hot. We're coming in hot. Oh, God, we're coming in hot. Okay, there we go. There we go. Camlick, 07 to you. How's it going, my friend? And I did get Kai, right? Yeah, Kai. Okay, we got to make sure we get everybody. We can't... No commander gets left behind. Unless I just don't see it. Oh, Malcolm in the middle. What's up, my brother? Good to see you. Glad you could come early today. Sorry guys, I had to come a little early today because I got shenanigans going on in IRL, so I'm doing a little extra work on the weekends. So IRL work. So we're gonna do that and hopefully make enough money to feed the cat next week. We're good. We're doing okay. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through this patch. And we'll be back on track. So I guess for just a short explanation is I was a subcontractor for a company and I got hired on by said company, but my subcontractor paid me every week and the full-time contractor pays me bi-weekly. So there was a lapse in paycheck. So I had to have emergency talks with everybody. Tell them, look, man, I'm getting my money back. Just give me a week and it'll all be fine. Blah, blah, blah. So we're on that mission right now. We're taking that mission. That's a solo mission. I can't take you guys with me, unfortunately, but I wish I could. If I could, I would. So we're going to do this a little early today so that I can get out there and make some more paper. Some more of that green. Here we go. Coming in hot. Boom. Oh, my goodness. 6, that's dark. Oh, there it is. Woo. All right, we're coming in hot. Foxtrot Echo 1, that's me. Okay, there it goes. Whee! Okay. Now you see, if I had some fluorescent paint, then I wouldn't have to use that. I wouldn't have to use the night vision. You know what I mean? That would be okay. All right, we're coming in. We're going in. We're going to turn off the lights now. There we go. It's kind of dim in here. We don't have any sunlight. That's why. We do have sunlight. It's just very dim. Okay, so now we'll look. Now we can look at missions. Okay. So I can kind of explain what I'm talking about. So what people will do in the to move the background simulator to screw up a system if they want to for like an event or whatever, you just go to your mission board, you go to your missions, right? Now you could do passenger missions too, anything that's positive. So let's just say if we're only going to support this one faction, then we highlight that faction. And you could do that, say if you wanted to help these guys out too or whatever, you could do that. But you got to remember that any positive action for these characters or these factions, system factions, could decrease your influence in the system. So, but if you're only after one system, say, you can see all the different things that you can do here. Now, they don't have any operations, they don't have any support, they don't have any Thargoids, but they do have combat. So any of these combat missions that you could do, they would give you positive, and you can see on the little thingy there where it says there's 20, it'll give you 20 units of abnormal compact emissions data, 20 units. Influence is a lot, is full influence. Like anytime you do an assassination or an illegal mission for your squadron, you're going to get a lot of stuff. And it gives you money too, if you want money. I don't usually play for money, so I would go after the influence. So if I was going to do it, I would go after the influence. Or if I needed the parts, then I'd go after the parts. You still get influence. You can see you still get reputation and you still get influence, but it's a lot less. Now, reputation only counts towards the system faction. So when you do a mission for a faction, you may not even know that you're doing this. Every time you do a mission for a faction, you gain reputation with them. And in turn, you also typically will gain influence for the system faction, right? So it's kind of, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of a two-way street thing here going on, you know? They just, you just get them all. So then you go, but you can do other things. Like if you want to do you don't want to kill people. You want to go ahead and transport some stuff. They always have lots of transport and stuff. So you can do lots and lots of transporting stuff. And you can see on this one, it's a whole bunch of influence, and you get some other stuff too, but not necessarily if you care about that. You'll get, they want to offer you some cooling hoses, which you could sell for money. Now, whether or not that money is, the same as the financial amount, I don't know. But but here's one where it's reputation. So the reputation on this one is, so if you weren't allied, say you weren't allied with the Vortex Continuum, you could be, but you need to do reputation missions to get the reputation up to allied. You'll get better. You can see I'm allied here, right? And the influence in the system is 58%. So this star reputation affects this one. And then the little star thingy, this one represents influence. And why they just didn't put the little symbols there, I don't know, but they should have. Influence is this, faction reputation is the other one. Okay, so you can manipulate. So it's like taking granular control of how you are viewed in the galaxy, right? So you get to take control of how much reputation you have with people. You can have reputation with negative reputation as well. If you do enough missions to affect another system faction, then eventually you could technically go negative with that faction, and basically they'll try to kill you on sight is what, but they're not that aggressive. But so being hated is not bad unless you're trying to log in. If you're trying to land at a port or a Coriolis or whatever space station of any kind, if you're hated or you're, unwanted or wanted, hated, I think, isn't it called? I think it's called hated. But anyway, it's very low. Not unfriendly, very unfriendly, super unfriendly. I can't remember. There's some word for it. But you can do that too. Now, that's okay if you don't ever want to land at any of their stations. But if you do, here's a trick. There's a pro tip. If you get into trouble, if you go to Anara and look, you can usually find out where the where other systems are that faction is in control, and you can go to that other system and then do positive missions for them just to get your influence back to normal, and then you can come back to the original system and get in. Okay, that's how you do that. You just kind of go somewhere else, you manipulate it, and stuff like that. But like I'm saying, you don't always see this stuff is not immediate at all times. So there's some things you're just not going to see till the next day, especially with like wars, stuff like that. You may not see them. So if you're at war, there will be a bunch of the conflict zones will pop up all over the system. And when you go to those conflict zones, you get to choose who you want to fight for, whether you want to fight for, System Faction A or System Faction B. And you fight for them. And then when you fight in wars, though, you will get negative. So whoever you win for, the other side, you're going to get negative. Now, if that other side happens to be in control of the spaceports you want to land at, well, that's not going to be great for you. It's not going to work out so good. So, so you gotta kind of think. So, like I said, it's a little bit deeper than just the power play. Power play power play is a little bit different because you can actually you can still expand and stuff, but it doesn't necessarily mean that your system faction is going to be represented there. Now, if you do colonization and you're representing a minor or a system faction from somewhere, then you can take that system faction with you all over the place. So say you got an enemy that's far away and you want to build a base right next door to them. Well, you can kind of do that, but you might have to fight to stay in the system that you colonize. Not as far as the architect, but as far as the system faction. So you can now push your system faction pretty much anywhere you want, but in certain areas you might get pushback from that, or they may just throw you out to do that. Now that this is working, at least for now, it's working again. Thank God. We can get into these other kind of wars because not everybody likes power play. Power play is okay, but it's not great. I mean, power play, most people just go after the toys and then they kind of abandon the system. I mean, they may stay a member. Like we're a member of Vortex Continuum is a member of ALD, and a lot of our squad members are a member of ALD, And we did that on purpose because we are in heavy Empire area, and the 13th Legion is here. So we're not giving them a reason to attack us. I don't think we pretty much made a deal with them, so they would at least leave our main system alone. We have two. We have an origin system, and then we have a headquarters. But like I said, we would go to war, but we'd prefer not to. We got a lot of other things going on. We're fine. But there's so a lot of people get into those kind of wars though, and there's some people that take it very seriously, and they don't want to be messed with and stuff like that. So you may find at certain times you may get some pushback. It just depends on where you're pushing the influence, where you're trying to go. You may get pushback. As long as you're not getting pushback, you can pretty much let the AI take care of it for you. And they will, and the AI will take care of it for you. My boys, my Vortex Continuum boys are good. They're pretty good. I don't even have to pay them or nothing. So so there's that. And as far as if you want to take control of a system so that your influence is influencing the entire system, then you have to move influence in this way that I'm talking about right now. So you push it with these. You push it. A lot of people don't even look at any of this stuff because all they care about is either the cache or the proto heat radiators, grade 5. That is a great one to take because proto heat radiators are a pain in the tuchus to get, but you get 11 of them if you just do this mission, and that's pretty good. All right, 07 Tongues, what's up? You lurking again? Oh, Tongues, you were out being a bad boy? Bad boy. How many points did you have to wait off? Yeah, see, if you kill people in an anarchy system, you don't usually have notoriety issues. But if you kill people in any other kind of system, pretty much, I can't think of another one that doesn't take action against you besides the anarchy. So, but you can kill, regular human players or AI players, or, you know what I'm saying. But you can kill either one of those without any repercussions. But this one, oh boy, we got to figure out how to get that off my screen right away. Yeah, somehow I'm getting notifications from somebody that I don't want to be getting notifications for right now. So, oh, it was behind my head though. That's good. So yeah, so that's kind of where you're going. But yeah, some of these harder to get materials that you can't go out in space and get them, you can get them by doing missions. So like I said, 11 proto heat radiators, that's a really good deal. As a matter of fact, what do you got to move for that? 80 gallite, 80 gallite from a suitable market, estimated cost, and then convey the goods to Vortex. Oh, and then bring them here. So they want me to go out and get some gallite and bring it back. Now, I don't think that this one has 80 slots, but that's why it's so low. It could go up a lot higher. If it's, you could get these up into the, thousands. But so say if I wanted to just go ahead, I mean, I'll still get reputation that I don't care about, but you could just accept the mission, and then I just need to source that stuff and bring it back, and then that will give positive influence to the system I'm in right now. So let's just say I took it. I did take it. Now you can do that, and then let's see the what is the ATR? I'm not sure what that is. So now it'll show up here in your mission depot. So it just wants you to go ahead and bring the materials, and then it'll pay out. Now you can stack these. Obviously, I don't want to do that right now, but it's just for demonstration purposes. I just wanted to show you guys how that works, and maybe I'll go get. I don't know, what do I got in here? I got 2 other ships in here. That's why. But I need something. Let me see how many cargo this thing holds. This is not one that I usually do that with, but let's find out. Oh, I didn't have to go do that. Oh well. Oh well. We'll still get what we need to get. Actually, it's taking me down. It's taking me down below. This is one of the nice things about Elite. When you click on the run button, you have to wait. for a long time. Okay, so let's get out of here. I don't need to be in here. So if I go over here, I can see how much cargo I can take on this thing. I don't think it's much. 64. Oh, I see. What? ATR are elite bounty hunters with reverberation station lasers on a vulture. Kill the full shield cutter in 10 seconds. Okay, so what is the reverberation station lasers? How does one acquire such a thing on a vulture? I guess. So yeah, so there you go. There's that. You can see my joystick's messed up. It wiggles. See, it's got a little, there's a quirkiness in there. All right, so let's see. 64. So we'll go back for now. We'll go back to Inara. So basically, you can see everything that's going on, and that's great. So now, also, if you're not a member of Inara, you should get this program. It's called Inara.cz. So if you don't have this, you should have it, because this is how you would, if I wanted to procure these items, I would use Inara to do it. So I would go to commodities, because that's what it is. And then you'd kind of put in whatever the hell they said they wanted, which I can't remember now. I probably just need to recalibrate. I'm going to try to recalibrate that joystick again, see if I can get it to work right. Let me see what they asked for. Oh, it's Galite, right? Galite. Yeah, Gallit. Oh, okay. That's cool. You're talking about the police that have them. The ATR. Yes. Okay. Now I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the you're talking about the security force. I remember now. That's the one that Extreme always talks about. Now I'm with you. Now I know where you're at. So if we wanted to go get some Galite, we could go in here and we could go, okay, let's just change this little word right here to Galite. Gall. There it is, Galite. And then you say near, this is where we're at. So we're there. And then you search and it'll tell us all the places we could buy that stuff. Yeah, look right next door. Dogma. Dogma's got that? Wow. I haven't seen anything from them in a long time. Now, I don't know. I got some sort of a notification, but I'm not sure what it was. Anyway, okay. I didn't see it. I don't know where it is. Okay, so now, yeah, so right, oops, wrong one. This one. So there's some like right next door. Even Dogma. Dogma, we used to go to battle with them all the time. In Wolfburg. It's a small system. Let's see what they got over there. So it says it's at the Wolfburg. Haven't been there in a grip. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, Extreme talked about it all the time. He had like a $3 billion bounty at one point, or a credit bounty, and that was pretty high. So he got shot at a lot. So he knew he had to run. When they came, he had to go. So on the map, then I should be able to go over to, and I guarantee I've been to that one. So let's go here. Oh, I did the wrong thing. And then, Hammer of Mars, hello, 07 to you, buddy. Yeah. All right. So now, yeah, it's ATR, right? Yeah. That brings back old memories. Now, see, I've been there before. So in here is only really, so it's this one. So they're right next to the sun. See, this is the kind of system Highlander's looking for. So if anybody knows where one of these is, let me know. All right. So now let's go over there. It can only carry 64, but we could do 2 trips. It's a short one, right? Oh, Hammer of Mars. That is one hell of a long name, Hammer. See, if you just take the H and the O, you could be Homars. That'd be funny. I would chuckle. I would giggle if you had that.
Disengage from landing pad.
Landing pad ejected. Okay, let's go. Let's go visit our old buddies. This is where the Salty Dog crew used to reside. It's probably still their origin system. Be Homars. I like Homars. You could be like the cousin of Hodor. Yeah, well, there's a good question there, Tongues. Tongues is asking, with the ATR having that kind of firepower, how come we have a Thargoid problem? Well, because the ATR don't give a crap about the Thargoids, that's why. But it is a good question. Good question. Indeed. Alright, we're going to just go over here. We're going to pick up some of that stuff. I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do a 2 missions thing. Now, if you had it, you know, it wasn't convenient for me to go get the other ship to do this in, so we're just gonna call it good, and we're gonna fly right into Dogma. Well, you know, like I said, some people can't be concerned. Yeah, the police didn't care about the Thargoid War. That was above their pay grade, I guess. We just want their weapons. We want whatever they got. We want that. And you got to be honest, though. A lot of our weapons won't even hurt the Thargoids. So they have to be specialized. You'd have to be a specialized AXR Thargoid security, and they just didn't have that. Their little vibranium weapons may not do any damage at all to a Thargoid. Or not enough. They're not going to one-shot them, I'll tell you that. The only thing that really almost one-shots them is a what's that cannon called? That God dang it, I can't remember the name. It's a Guardian weapon. Shard cannon. Come on, Dogma, let me in. Now, we used to be at war with these guys all the time. Yeah, a little, yeah. Well, they do actually have an AX, at least one. I got a report from somebody that's his wife found out that there is at least one AX capital ship. And it was in the Empire. Now, why we didn't see that sucker more often, don't know. There is a lot of systems to cover. And the Empire is pretty much all about the Empire only. So anything that's outside of their purview, they don't send the capital ships in. Yeah, well, you try a Shard cannon on a Thargoid. Let me know how that works out for you there, Mars. Homars. We're just gonna call you Homars. Is you a hoe? So we're going in hot. Going in hot, boys. Going in hot. Drop it down. We're going to do this shit in the Mandalay because we can. And it's only 80. It's only 80. So then to pick these up, you go back to the Starport Services. I don't think you have to pick them up from the mission board, but you got to pick them up from the commodities market. So we should see whatever the hell that shit, Galite. Make sure we get the right one. Oh, there it is. And it's highlighted for us. How cool is that? And then you go, wee, and you get 64, and you go, bye. Now, we're not going to be full yet, but we'll be able to do at least part of it. So let's do that, and then we need to go navigate. I'll go over here. We'll just go back to, Ajax for a second, and then we'll take a left turn at Ajax. I don't like wasting a lot of time picking my spot. Okay, sometimes I do, but mostly I don't. Come on, let me out. Who the hell was that? My lord, that was noisy. That was noisy. Whoa, he's fast too. All right, so we got to go this way. Now, when we originally moved out here, this was far away from everybody. It didn't take long. Now we're like, it feels like we're right in the middle of it. But
You are free of the restricted zone.
we're free
Have a safe and fruitful journey.
and a fruitful journey, guys. That's pretty special. And she's just, that lady's a sweetheart in there. Ah, we're going back to the dark sector. This place is very, very dark. It's hard to see anything here. So once we get here, no fuel scoop for you. No fuel scoop for you. I swear to God, I have to figure that out. Oh, it was nice and highlighted blue for me. I like that. Okay, let's go. Yes, I know. It's kind of why I picked this place, because I didn't want a bright star. When you're doing nefarious things, you don't need a bunch of light. You know what I mean? You gotta be you gotta be a little bit more stealthy than that. You gotta be in the dark. That's why I love this place. Nice and dark. But it's hard to show off stuff too. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know there was a ground ATR. I don't do any ground stuff, so it's pretty rare that I get out of my ship to go walk around. Omnipole. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. We have an interstellar factor here, though. We have actually one for both ground and space, so that's good. Let me in, let me in. There we go. Coming in hot, boys. Ooh, I could see it this time. Oh, were the lights off last time? What was going on there? I don't remember. Yeah, I think we forgot to pay the electric bill. We forgot to pay. I think we might have forgot to pay the electric bills, boy. Because I thought it wasn't lit up last time. It still would look cooler if it had fluorescent lighting or paint that didn't require sun. Just, neon light. All right, we're back, man. We could turn in that, and we could turn in one more, and then we'll be good. We'll have all we need. And then I'll get lots of stuff. I'll get lots of influence. This is what we need. We need influence. Well, another nice thing that happens with the BGS is that when you do reach a certain level of influence, the system power will try to expand into another system. So that's how you grow that way. There's a couple different ways to do it now. You could do it through the natural way with the background sim, or you can, just colonize a system somewhere and start there, and so there's more options now than there were. Okay, so now the mission board knows I got some stuff. I got some shenanigans happening. So we do that, and we do that, and then we deliver, and then we just click it up to 64. See, it's not all the way done. Then you confirm it. And then if you want, you can go right back to the other place and get the rest. But yeah, that's another nice thing that's going on. So I can't think of anything else that's like super burning other than the squadron carriers this week. Is there any other So, oh, here's an important thing though. That mining, the mining community goal, we are at tier 7. So it looks like, unless everybody gets out there this weekend and goes all crazy, we might hit tier 8. We might not. So if we hit tier 8, that'll be 80. What was it? 80%, or 8% bonus to mining materials. That'd be great. But I mean, it would have been nice to get 10. But we'll take 8 if we can get 8, or 7 if we get 7. We'll do 7. So if you haven't finished doing this yet, there's only a couple days left. So make sure you get in there and do it. Oh, 1 day, 19 hours. So there you go. That's all the time that's left. So that's a pretty important thing too. So yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and do this last delivery here. Okay, and then we're going to auto launch and we can figure it out. We can go navigation, galaxy map. Then we go up here. We got to go back over to Dogma, Wolfberg.
Landing gear retracted.
Oh, it is. Let's go back over to Dogma. We'll get the rest of our stuff that we need. It's amazing that they're producing anything with only 2. Yeah, they literally have, I don't even know how they did that. They had to do that some weird way because I don't even know who colonized it. Did you guys see who colonized it? I'm wondering, whoever colonized it put in a port, but I don't know if it was even allowed to be colonized, so I'm not sure how they did that. Of course, the devs loved them because they always disrupted everything, and devs certainly like when we get disrupted, so. Because they're evil. They are evil. They want us to die. We find too many ways not to die. They don't like that. They want us to die more. That's funny. That's good. That's good stuff for them. They're like, haha. They tried really hard with the Thargoids, and they made them so hard that it was almost impossible not to die. A lot. All the time. When we first started doing that, holy spuckets. That was some shenanigans going on there. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Let's go back over Dogma. We'll get the rest of the stuff. Come on, give me a little boost. Oh, somebody's out there. Somebody's out there looking for me. Coming for me. So is there anything else going on in the universe I need to know about this week, boys? Tell me all your horror stories while you got a chance. I'll probably be on later tonight. They are giving us more love. They are. And that goes twofold though. By giving us love, we're giving them love, and then it's encouraging them to give us more love. So I do like that. I do like that it's reciprocating like that, you know? Where it's like, you know, the community could have just said, nah, we'll never trust you again. Oh yeah, I'm happy for all of it too. 'Cause it certainly gives us something to do, you know what I mean? There's a lot going on, and I assume there will be more going on. Not sure what next year looks like yet, but we'll see. This year we should be getting some updates on what's going on the rest of this year soon. I know that's what we now know that that's what the Terry Tora thing is about, is she's going to announce what's going to happen at the end of the year. And so we're going to find out that information, and that will be lovely.
Foxtrot Echo 1. Please follow all Imperial regulations while
Imperial, uh-oh. Dogma was not Imperial. I bet you 13th Legion snatched this one.
initiating auto-document.
Anybody want to take bets? Bet you 13th Legion has control of this. Tell you one thing, we don't want it. We literally, back in the day, you could actually literally kick people out of their own system, their own origin system. So we actually did kick the Salty Dog crew out of this system once. But eventually they put that fix in and they put them back. So, but it was funny. But I couldn't get any of the news sites to report about it because they're all too, they either liked them or they're too scared of them. Like they didn't want their wrath. The wrath. So let's go see who controls this place. Yeah. Oh. Now I do not know them. Wolfberg domain. Huh. Interesting. There they are. They're at the bottom. That's kind of like how we are in our system. They're at the bottom, but they can't be kicked out, so they can stay down there all day. They're not even on the bottom. They're not even all the way on the bottom. There's still up ones under them. Interesting. I thought for sure. Now I don't know who Wolfberg domain is. Yeah, but hey, cool, man. Anyway, what was it? Oh yeah, I was getting some stuff. I only need a few more. Let's get some more. There it is, Galite. And it says I need 16. Okay, there it is. There it is, boys. We're going to be able to cinch this up.
Landing gear retracted.
All right. It's detached. Okay. That's these guys. These guys are Imperial. Let's piss them off. Whee! Whoa. All right. All right. You just stay still there, little mister. There you go. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta have some ops. Oh, I got you, didn't I? Yeah. Engage, baby. Engage it. I thought for sure 13th Legion would have had that. Because I don't know who the Wolfsburg domain is. That could be an offshoot of the Salty Dog crew, but I don't know that it is. I'm not as up to date as I once was. Oopsies. Didn't go far enough. Oh, I'm at the wrong one anyway. I need to go to the... There. I need to go to that. Now we go back the other way. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. 3-point landing. And that's basically it. If you have the bigger ship, then you could do it in one trip. But I didn't have it. I didn't have it today. I'm going to end up doing a loop of shame. Watch. Oh, no, I didn't get it. They didn't get me. They tried to do me, but they didn't do me. Okay, so we're going to come in here. We'll finish that off. And that is where we're at Or look at these dark ass planets. Every single planet in here is a moon, and it's ice. Everything's ice. Ice moons. Literally have to be that close to them to see the color on them. Which is white, but it looks purple because of the sun. It's purple sun. You know what I mean? Sun. Sun is purple. All right, we're coming in hot, boys. Coming in hot. Okay. See, my boys did such a good job building us, helping me build this.
Echo 1. It's good to see you, Commander. Please enjoy your stay at this facility. Access authorized. Clear to land at docking bay
In you go.
8. You are approved for automated docking.
Coming in, coming in. Hello, hey, I'm back. Did you guys miss me? Hey. Now, why is that one under construction? What is going on there? We don't need no construction here. We should be all good. We want it to be the bright. I was hoping for the bright white one with the tech level. The tech level here is super high. Okay, so there we are. And then we go to the Starport Services.
Engaging docking.
And then we go to
You are most welcome, Commander.
Mission Board, Mission Board, Mission Board, Mission Depot. Deliver items, deliver the rest. Boom, confirmed. Now I get to pick what I want. And of course I'm going to pick proto heat radiators. Because who doesn't want proto heat radiators? Or, and if maybe not, maybe I don't get proto heat radiators. I'm not full. It's not gray, right? No, it's not grayed out. Okay, well, okay. Maybe I'm not getting them today. Nope, not giving me that either. Okay. All right. Can I have this one? There it goes. Had to give it a little extra. Had to give it a little more kick. A little more kick. We got it. Yeah, I'll take proto heat radiators all day long, man. I need those things. I got through them things like water. All right. So, does anybody have any questions about the BGS being back in black, baby? It's back. The floodgates have been opened. I'm waiting. Alrighty. Well, if you think of anything after this video, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to talk about it. Otherwise, guys, sorry I have to do another gig today, but it is what it is. And in a few weeks, we should be back on track. So I will leave you with that thought, and you guys stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble, or don't, unless if you're some of these guys, their time is done. So I will talk to you guys soon. Take care of yourselves.
Stardust in your hair, you're a cosmic dream. Flying through the space on a laser beam. Galactic whispers calling out your name. Vortex squadron lights up just the same. Planetary dance under nebulous skies. With a wink and a nod, diamond stars in your eyes. From the shadows of moons to the edge of the truth. Commander, you shine like a stellar sun. silent vacuum where whispers lead. Our beacon is bright, it never will stray. Follow the trail into the Milky Way. Wishing you all the best in the void out there. From the cosmic center, gotta feel that flare. Waiting to salute like a bright comet's tail. Commander will follow, no way we could fail. Our beacon is bright, it never will stray. Follow the trail into the Milky Way. Wishing you all the best in the void out there. From the cosmic center, gotta feel that flare. Waiting to salute like a bright comet's tail. Commander will follow, no way we could fail. Oh, we could fail. Way we could fail.